I'm gonna try and do this before we lose the light because it's starting to get dark earlier now, and I don't really know what time it is. 4 o'clock? 3:30? Anyway, so I want to get this done before we lose the light. So, my parents are just working on the garage back there, which I'll show more video of next week. But we finished the bathroom, and then now we're starting on a garage. But I really wanted to talk about how long we've been here. So we've been living out here on the homestead for a year now. And, well, actually, just over a year. Because I moved here, it's mid-October, right? So I moved here, I don't know, sometime in September. So it's been a little bit over a year. I wanted to make this video a little bit sooner, but we've just been so busy building and working and everything like that. So I wanted to take this time to just reflect on, the year that we've had. There's a lot of the projects that I'm going to talk about are still unfinished, as happens, I guess, but we've done so much. We've built a tiny house and are now living in the tiny house. We've built 2 8x8 buildings. One of them is a shed, down by the main house that my parents built. And the other is an 8x8 building that's our bathroom / shed for the winter. We got chickens, and we built a chicken coop and a chicken run, and learned how to care for the chickens and feed them and clean their coop and raise them from chicks, right? Because we didn't just get chickens, we got tiny little baby chicks and then raise them into chickens. They have not started laying yet. Soon though, soon. So we've done all of that, building and everything like that. Those are just the things that we've built. That doesn't include all of the skills that I feel like I've learned this last year. I learned how to split firewood, with an actual splitter, with an actual I learned how to use a chainsaw. I've used a chainsaw for the first time in my life this past year. And I'm pretty confident about, felling logs. Well, sawing logs. I'm not confident in felling trees because I haven't felled a tree myself yet. But speaking of trees, we've also felled multiple trees around the property this year because we've had to build things or move things or, various other reasons. We've gathered a year's worth of firewood, I'm hoping. That's an ongoing project, but, we've done that. We've expanded the garden. I didn't show a whole lot of the garden this summer because we did get a couple crops out of it, mostly just some zucchini and whatnot. Most of our crops are done by now, but we've kind of expanded the garden as much as we can, I think. And we also, started building a garage. So, we cleared a bunch of stuff for the garage. We got the base for the garage. And today we were just starting to get the walls up for the garage. Now, you folks will see more of that next week. I didn't want to put all that footage into this video, so talk about it a little bit more next. So those are all the things we did, which it's a lot of stuff.
There you go.
It's a lot to do in a year. Building and constructing and, blah, blah, blah. That's not even including regular life stuff. Even just the act of moving here. I mean, I didn't film any of the move because we didn't have the YouTube channel then. Although I kind of wish that I did, because if we would have started the YouTube channel then that would have been really cool to show us moving and starting the journey. I also learned how to run my wood stove. I've never run a wood stove before. Never had a wood stove before, never used a composting toilet before. Have a composting toilet now. Never really knew how to compost. I composted a little bit in the city, but certainly nothing on this scale. We compost a lot here. And because there's 4 of us, we produce a lot. You know, so I feel like I've learned so many things. I've also learned how to edit videos for YouTube. Like I've never done that before. You know, I've never posted on YouTube, and so, you know, learning how to film and everything like that, it's still like an ongoing process and whatnot, but you know, learning that is certainly a new skill. I don't regret it. I don't regret moving out here. Although yesterday I felt just almost like beaten down. I was just really exhausted yesterday of just doing work because I moved out here thinking that I would work less. I was so naive. However, the most important thing that I think I've achieved in the last year is I am working less hours at my day job. That was my main goal when we moved out here. I really felt like in the city I was just on this hamster wheel of, I don't know, like consumption all the time. It just felt like I was consuming. I wasn't doing any work, you know, for myself. I just felt like I was just getting by in life. And, you know, even though the homestead is a lot of work and it's sometimes really hard, especially when, you know, I get off work from my day job and then, you know, I either have to do work around the property or even just like living life around the property, you know, making sure that I have wood for my wood stove, on and on and on. Like it's a lot. Making sure that I have water at the house. Like there's so many things. But I don't regret it. I wouldn't move back to the city, at least certainly not at this time. Hopefully not ever. You know, our goal here at the homestead is to, you know, build a life for myself and, you know, my family. It's one of the reasons why we're here with my parents. And, you know, in the next year, like we're hoping to get more animals. We got 6 chickens this year, and next year we're hoping to get more chickens and maybe bees. So I'm really looking forward to that. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be great.